welcome to an Apple a Day with Dr. Amanda. So glad that you're here. Nice to see you. And this Mirthful Monday, I'm all about telling you a story. As you always know, I love to tell you. This story is one of my many stories in my new book called Don't Worry, I've Done It All So You Don't Have to Worry About It. And so I hope that you're able to check it out, and I have it on I'll have a link in my little description, so you can certainly get it and hopefully have a few laughs. So I am going to tell you about a panty hose blunder I had at a conference. So I was presenting at a national conference when I was a doctorate student on my way to get my PhD, but not quite there, with one of my, at the time, doctoral student mentors, some of my colleagues, and my mentor faculty professor, and she was kind enough to have us talking about some of the things we were doing with reading. Now, interestingly enough, we were going to be presenting, and we had about 60 people in the crowd, including some other researchers from our college, and I was wearing a dress and I had pantyhose on, you know, trying to be professional in Austin, Texas, of all places. Don't you know that unfortunately my pantyhose were rolling down halfway through my legs in the middle of the presentation. So I had done my part, was standing there, and pretty much one of those moments where you're taking deep breaths, hoping that you can make it through the next 45 minutes of the presentation and not have your pantyhose roll all the way down to your ankles. And so halfway during the presentation, or maybe 20 minutes later, my professor's like, oh, like we'll walk around, because we were teaching about reading and different skills for analyzing words to figure out spelling patterns. And don't you know, here I am, like holding on for dear life these pantyhose, preventing them from falling down to my ankles. And I had to go around different professors and like literally gripping them. And fortunately, nothing happened. I mean, I felt like there was a close 1 inch that could have happened to reveal what I was trying to prevent so greatly. And so as soon as I could, I made it to the bathroom, took off my pantyhose, told my colleague about it, and she was laughing. She's like, that's why she doesn't wear any skirts while presenting, which I really don't now, and thank goodness for leggings, my goodness. So that is my funny story. You know, growing up in Pennsylvania, I always was pantyhose happy, because that's what we do here. And luckily with the times we have shifted, but that was my little blooper. So hopefully if you can relate, women, oh my goodness. And if not, that's so great. So again, you know, the moral of this story is really just wear pants, or wear, I don't know, wear something that won't fall down, you know, make sure you have them on. And really, they have different things that don't get holes. So that's another issue. I used to always get holes in things. I mean, I don't know why we used to do like nail polish and all that stuff, the crazy stuff we did, you know? So again, this week, very excited. We're doing navigating the foster care and adoption system. Very excited to have Dr. Sarah McKinnon. She'll be talking about an international adoption adoption process. And I'll have Johnny Crater, and she'll be talking about the foster process, and she's in the adoption process, and also she had adopted within the United States, but again, or she's in the process of adopting in the United States. So it'll be really good to hear from both of the women who have such a passionate heart for children. And again, just to let you know, we have another probably about 7 weeks, so probably the end of November to beginning of December, for an Apple a Day with Dr. Manis. We had some great content for probably, oh my goodness, 4 or 5 months, and then I'll be on hiatus. Now, what I will do is once a week, you'll be getting one video from Dr. Amanda updating you or on a topic through those 4 months. So it'll be just one apple a day, but you'll get your you'll get your weekly dose. And then what'll happen is during that time, I'm actually launching a podcast. It'll be through Anchor for Spotify and everything else. I'm actually launching that this week. And so all of the interviewees will go first. So I'll probably have about 35 to 40 interviewees. I'm so honored to have had so many amazing people share stories during this time. And so that'll be available on Spotify, Apple, and different places. And I'll list that, and I'll make sure everybody knows. And so that audio I'll have, and you can certainly listen to that and tune in. And that'll be available, and all the different speakers will be able to be uploaded during that time. And then come probably, you know, March, April, start taping for the show. And then Dr. Amanda, again, will have a new series. We'll launch in the summer into the fall. So I'm really hoping to do, you know, 2 series a year for right now. and looking at what happens next. But really excited about content. You will be seeing blogs out of this, so the different topics. And I haven't forgotten, I am going to be doing topics on eating disorders and trauma and different intersectionalities, but again, different projects, different time. Also be on the lookout, I do have my daily devotional. I do have the funny stories. I'm currently working on my big project I've been doing for a year and a half of my own story that'll be coming out. And I have a whole list of books that'll be happening over the next years, really helping. And my heart is to help people and to set people free. My biggest mandate is speaking truth, love, and setting the captives free. And I had been a captive in my life in many different areas, and I've been freed. And when you freely receive, you freely give. And so I really love all of you. I hope you have a great day. You're incredible, amazing. Again, I'll be having some other stories that I'm going to be talking about in the spring, and some things that will be coming up. So I'm really excited about that, but that'll have to wait till then. And so again, without further ado, have a great day and be well.